Above Suspicion stars Jack Huston, Johnny Knoxville, and Emilia Clarke, and is directed by Phillip Noyce. A young woman desperately tries to escape a seedy life of crime in Georgia, Kentucky, called Mining Town, and she believes her bad luck may finally be changing when a newly minted FBI agent recruits her as an informant of a high-profile case. This was a movie that I was interested in, mainly because I like the actors. John Knoxville is awesome. Jack Huston is decent. Emilia Clarke I love. And you also have actors like Kevin Dunn and Thora Birch in this. And plus, this was based on actual events about one of the most grittiest, notorious crimes in the FBI history. That being said, Above Suspicion, this is a movie that I'm a little confused about. I'm a little conflicted about because there's things in this movie I do like. I want to start off with what I like. I like the performances, of course, by Jack Huston, Emilia Clarke, who doesn't have the greatest track record for theatrical release films, but she's still a good actress. Sophie Lowe is good. I like Omar Benson Miller, Johnny Knoxville, and Kevin Dunn. Also, Johnny Knoxville in his little screen time that he has. I think the performances are good for what is required of them, but it's really Emilia Clarke who does have to carry this movie on her shoulders, since she is one of our main lead stars, and she does a good job. The southern accent doesn't really bother me either. I will say the direction by Phillip Noyce is really well done here. I do like his direction. I like how this film is directed. He is a well respected director. He directed Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger and The Bone Collector. Cinematography work I think is also really good here too, for by Elliot Davis. And the movie, it gets you in and out as far as the pacing goes. It's an hour and 44 minutes, and the music by Dickon Hinchliffe is good enough. Where this movie falters a lot in this is the execution of the story. I felt like the execution wasn't really the most well handled here. And at times, even though this is supposed to be a action crime thriller, I found myself quite bored through most of this movie. And through most of the movie, that's not a good sign that I would be being bored. And it gets to a point that there is it gets to a point where the movie doesn't know where it wants to be. It doesn't know if it wants to be a crime film. It doesn't want to know if it be a romance film. It doesn't know if it wants to be a thriller. And that is the most disappointing part, because I went into this expecting this to be something truly good. But again, it wasn't like I was hating the movie. I wasn't hating it. It's just it did take some just different directions that I usually thought would have been a little bit better handled, and it gets to the point I didn't really buy the romance part of things either. I thought the romance part could have easily been a lot more better handled here, and when you get to the end of this movie, it is a bit predictable on what's gonna happen, and therefore it kind of makes things a little bit not worthwhile in the long run. Indiana Above Suspicion, I think this is an okay film. I don't think it's awful. I'm not gonna say it's one of the worst movies of the year, but it is a bit of a letdown. It it has some good cinematography. It has good performances, and the cinematography and there's situations, but this movie has a lot of plot holes in this movie. There are some unlikely situations. There's the romance I didn't really care too much for, and I thought that most of the movie was a bit underwhelming for most of it. The structure is also very fine as well. But Above Suspicion is a decent thriller that I will probably watch once. If you are a fan of Emilia Clarke, you might enjoy this. But me, as a fan, being a fan of Emilia Clarke and as a fan of these kind of movies, I expect a little bit more. So, in the end of the day, I'm gonna have to say Above Suspicion will get a red box rental. I'm not. You can rent this at Red Box. It's not one you absolutely must have to see. But if you're not into this, then it's not worth your time. That was my very short review for Above Suspicion. Let me know in the comment section down below, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Or are you somewhere in the middle? All my social media links are in the description box down below. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified when news videos are up. If you like what you see here, if you would like to send a fan mail, you can get in touch with me privately to do that, or send money to my chime. Also, be sure to check out the 5 Film Geeks podcast. We will be dropping our very first episode podcast very soon, hopefully sometime in the summer, or whenever the case may be. And with that being said, you guys keep it cool, join the Epictasticness, and I'll see you guys in the next review coming up later this week. Bye bye.